So Miller, everybody out there in Santa Barbara talking about this debt crisis, I bet, aren't they?
Squeeze my hand.
Let me ask you this, Bill. I always pretend when they talk these figures, like you said with Rove, and it's going round and round, 14 trillion. Do we actually owe somebody that money?
Yeah.
And if we do, guess what? Don't pay them.
I'm better with numbers than 9/10 of your accounts.
Yeah, we just solved the debt. I said to my kid, I said,
Wait, let me answer the question, all right? So Miller says, don't pay them, stiff them. Okay. Then nobody will lend us money, and this government, this is how crazy it is, Miller. The federal government and the state of California, where you live, run on borrowed money. They don't have any money for anything. All right? So Barack Obama would be hitchhiking down Pennsylvania Avenue because they couldn't put gas in his limo unless they borrowed money from China. So if you stiff the people lending you the money, nobody's going to lend it and everything grounds to a halt. Get it?
Billy, numbers, schmumbers. Listen, you can't drum the United States out of the equation. They're going to have to lend to us till the end of time. You know why?
They're not going to do it.
Billy!
The Chinese and everybody else is gonna buy our bonds if we default on them, Miller. And the same thing in California.
Well, all I know is when the president comes out and says, I got to spend $3.7 trillion to save you $1 trillion, I'm thinking, what is Secretary of Treasury Bernie Madoff now? These guys run better pyramid schemes than the Egyptians, for God's sake.
That's not
Walk like an Egyptian.
I can't figure it out. I'm not smart enough.
Let's parole Madoff and let him be Secretary of the Treasury and have him get the Ponzi scheme going and get some money back for us.
No. Madoff is the key.
All right, so look, you see the chaos in Egypt and how the president's handling it. Your thoughts?
Well, in the spirit of solidarity with freedom fighters all over the world, Bill, I've broken out my Dennis Miller Zone listening fez, and I just want to say that this doubles nicely when the Boehner gas canisters start flying. It's an air filtration system. But listen, I like freedom fighters everywhere, but you got to figure out who's next in line over there. If the next people in line are a bunch of kids who want to get this country together, I'm willing to let it play out for a while. But if it's a bunch of morons called the Muslim Brotherhood who are an offshoot of the dangerous Spanky and our gang Girl Haters Club.
Now what do you say if we form a new club and call it the He-Man Woman Haters Club?
Then you know, you got to keep an eye on them.
You know, it's interesting you bring this up because if you look at the demonstrations, very few women. Where are the women? Do they have their own demonstration somewhere? It's all guys.
You know where you see women voting and running polling booths? Iraq. Thank you, George Bush.
You're welcome.
Lady Gaga, are you obsessed with Lady Gaga? I used to like her, but now I'm not liking her so much.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Nah, that was funny, Billy. You know, my favorite moment on the red carpet is when she shows up in the big simulated egg, and Eminem was there in the big simulated spermatozoa, and they bumped into each other and gave birth to Justin Bieber, who looks like a Bobby Goldsboro embryo. So that was my favorite moment. I thought this was funny. This is a great take on celebrity. And imagine the poor kid who has to carry it in. They go, hey, you want to go to the Grammys? We'll get you right on the red carpet. Next thing you know, you're lugging this egg in thinking, I should have taken that chicken soup thing outside Kookaroo today.
Doesn't it, though, for anybody, Lady Gaga, any performer, make it almost impossible to top yourself? I mean, every time a woman now goes anywhere, she's got to do something bizarre. She can't just show up and give a concert or it's flat.
Yeah, well, I hear next year already she's coming to the Grammys inside Chris Christie.
I'm worried.
Now that I can't wait to see.
Kind of like that alien thing right through the chest, huh?
Oh, no. Not again.
Hey, there we go. Hey.
Tell me I'm your own.
When we come right back, it will be Miller time. It's all Bin Laden tonight.
I think some people are unwilling to concede.